Get on my Ray J. Are we live?
Check. I know we not live right now. Are we live? Okay, well fuck this motherfucker anyway. Live on the air.
Yo, I can't believe you hadn't seen that.
I hadn't seen that.
That's really crazy.
There's a whole lot of Ray J history I've not been aware of or I've not seen.
Yo, Envy, we live? But you've seen the sex tape.
Like I've not seen the sex tape.
You haven't seen the sex tape?
No.
How have you not seen the sex tape?
I have no interest in seeing that motherfucker's dick. I have none whatsoever.
Well, that's not how you watch the sex tape as a hetero.
Or anything involving Kim Kardashian, really. Even her naked. She's such an empty-headed nothing. I had no interest in seeing her get fucked.
So you mean to tell me that you see Kim Kardashian and all of the sexiness that she is?
She
let me finish.
There's no brain
and you
there.
Don't think to yourself, I'd like to hit it.
How did we even get here? Cause I swear I don't recognize here.
What a great intro. Yes, I killed that. You almost fucked it up. You start coming back like we was already on topics.
Get this shit over here. Get this shit out of camera view.
Don't start talking topics yet. I'm trying to set up a hit it.
We don't have any topics.
We do. We got so many.
All right, name one.
Hitting it with Kim Kardashian.
No,
Keeping up with the cheeks.
I would never hit it. I won't say I would never. Cause she is a multi-millionaire.
You know what? People like you are the people that piss me off.
It would be worth it for some notoriety and some cheddar, more than anything else. Although I'd have to get out quick because she would ruin my life.
She didn't do it. I told you it was the other Kardashians.
Just like the the Kardashians ruin
she
other
didn't
dudes'
ruin
lives.
The other guys' lives. It wasn't her. It was her sisters.
Kanye though, you don't think Kanye would?
Kanye was crazy before. Kanye
was crazy before. Kanye was crazy before, and I think the death of his mother is what perpetuated his downward spiral more than Kim.
I think any and everybody would agree with that.
But
even Kanye.
But that's still too close to the fire. Like that's still too close to the.
Icarus flying too close.
That's
to the
too
sun
close.
still.
Right. That's too close to the lip of the volcano. Like I don't need to.
Hey, are we sponsored yet?
We are not sponsored yet.
So I can still drink this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And we're not like trying to monetize this yet.
We can't monetize it anywhere yet.
Okay.
How do we even get here? YouTube channel doesn't have enough followers or watch time, and we don't have any sponsors anywhere else. And there's no. I don't think there is a way to monetize shit on Instagram. Although you're in charge of that.
So you're telling me you can? Yeah. Speaking of that, I should probably do something. It's been a while.
Drop some audio clips.
Got a lot of clips. Oh no, I know. I got a lot of clips. I'd be like, yeah, I gotta look that up, and put that here. I even said during the episode, I'm gonna clip this for sure, and then I don't clip it.
And you don't clip it.
Mm-mm. You know what keeps happening though? Because my phone's memory is low. That's what happens. I'll go to clip one and I'll record like, oh, this is funny. I'm gonna just use an IGTV, and then when I go to do it, it didn't record, and then it'll just stop, and I'll be so mad. So then I want to listen to it all over again to find the exact perfect clip I want.
Honestly, the best way to do it is to just do it on your computer, and then email it to yourself and open the email on your phone.
That's true. That's very true. Or just send it. Like Apple does a little AirDrop thing.
Yeah,
on
your phone.
Well.
Yeah,
it's quick, but it just catches me off guard all the time because I forget, and then I'll be like, "Oh, we got 3 new followers on Get Here Pod." I didn't even talk to the old followers. I should probably say something. So that's me. That's me slacking. I can admit when I'm wrong. This is my fault. I can be better.
This is your sorry for 2004.
The 2000.
I ain't gonna. You don't remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that song.
You remember Ruben Studdard?
You hear this first note?
Ruben Studdard's first hit.
First off, that shit was hard.
Was it?
Yeah.
The softest of all R&B songs.
They called
was
him
hard.
Teddy Bear or some shit. That was what they used to call him.
Yeah, because he was a big old teddy bear. But that song was terrible. That song was awful.
No, that song's amazing.
That song was terrible. I'm glad I LimeWired that shit. I'm glad I didn't pay for that shit.
2004.
And I ain't gonna mess up no more this year. I'm gonna make this real clear.
Yeah, make it real clear. Sorry for me. That was a shit.
That was a terrible song.
Those lyrics were amazing.
That was awful.
We should be a terrible R&B group.
We should be.
Like that sings below average, but also is extremely entertaining.
But see, R&B isn't in no more. Like
That's a good point.
people aren't fucking with R&B anymore.
But they're not fucking with our podcast.
That's because they don't know about our podcast.
That's fair.
People know about R&B. They're just fucking with that terrible trap rap, which again, you should just go ahead and parody and become famous because it would probably be the same as anything that's out right now.
Yeah. Hey, hold on. Hey, wait. Hey, hold on. Hey, yeah. Long day. Yeah. That's so hard to do.
Oh,
okay. See how you did? That's what I needed. That's what I be missing. I be missing the background. Oh, that's what they do. Yeah. Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday,
Hey.
Thursday.
Like,
But
because we not sponsored anyway. So
Hunter,
different like every other day. Shouts to black.com. Shouts to black.com.
That's too fast. That's too fast. You got. Remember, you got to rap like you're on Xanax.
Or you can rap like this too. They do that too. That's another flow that they do. They rap with this flow right here too. Either it's slow or they do it like this, and they just stretch words out. And do it like that. Exactly. Now you got it. And they say, hey. When they do that, that's the Migos flow.
Yeah,
Migos do that shit for sure.
Fucking just do it. Just parody that shit and become famous already. I
told
told you I'd be your turtle, dog. I told you.
You know what's crazy?
I would drive you around getting your leftovers.
I don't know. I don't know if you caught it, but even when I was trying
Can you
to do
get laid without Vince? That's the question. Do I give a fuck? That's the answer.
That's fair. That's
fucking mantra for life.
But here's the thing. Though.
Shout out to Turtle.
Here's the thing though. Yo, I can't shout out to Turtle no more because Turtle is the dude that was in Power, right?
He may have been. I think he was. I think he was in Power. I think he was in Power.
I saw him get eliminated in a foul way. They tore his ass up something decent.
Well, that's on the show though.
Yeah,
that had nothing to do.
No. The way that was for all that pussy he got that wasn't his. That's why he got that kind of ending. They fucked him up.
Hey, possession is 9/10 of the law. That pussy was exactly his. Okay.
It was not the way they did him in Power.
He got more pussy. He owned more pussy than Drama.
Not the way they did it in Power. That was terrible. The way he went out. He was an honest man. Except for he let his wife die at one time.
That was his fucking problem. He was too honest. Should have been rolling around Hollywood scamming girls for weed.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say.
Sitting here trying to sound like Turtle. I don't have nearly as many jerseys as Turtles does, but I'm working on that hat game though. I got a bunch of hats.
I have an extensive hat game.
I'm working on that hat game.
My hat game is real, and now that I'm like shaving it for real, now that I've committed to like my old guy look officially, because I actually shaved this shit. This is like down like my Morpheus thing.
Yeah, you looking like Bad News Brown now.
Hey, whatever. I'll take it. I got a beard. I can grow a beard, so I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool. And it's gonna grow bigger. As I get older, it's gonna get bigger and it'll turn gray eventually, salt and pepper, whatever, all that. I'm cool. It works.
See, the problem with hats for me is that when my hair is short like this, I like to like show off the fact that my hair is short like this.
But see, that's kind of my problem, even
like,
with bald head.
Like my hats won't come out until my hair is in that stage where I should cut it, but I'm too lazy to cut it.
You shouldn't be wearing hats because it comes off weird when you take it off. Now your hair look real fucked up.
Yeah, well, that's why you never take it off.
I always took mine off somehow.
You never take it off.
Like when I do shows and shit, I used to hate. I was looking at my last performance, matter of fact, like earlier this week because it popped up as a memory or whatever after my birthday or whatever. And I'm like, I look at this shit and I'm like, I never took that hat off. Because I saw before, we did a live before where I was like sponsored, hey, make sure y'all come out, I basically did a commercial. And I had the hat off and the haircut was fresh. I was like, ooh, I'm clean out this motherfucker. Now I watched the performance, I had a hat on the whole time. I even flipped the hat around. I never took the shit off. I was like,
never.
That's a goddamn wait. And I paid like, if I remember correctly, I paid almost $40 for the haircut. Because I think I paid $30 in actual price, and then I gave like a $10 tip.
Oh, because it was your pre-performance cut.
I was pissed. Yeah, I put extra. I was like, yo, do everything. Like, I want you to make the beard look right. I mean, I'm talking like, the junk better be like.
Did you know you would wear a hat, though?
No. I think I did, but I didn't think it out. Like, I don't know. That's why I was so mad when I looked at the video. I was like, what was I doing? Like, why was this a thing? You know what I mean? So,
like, there's something to getting a fresh cut. It makes you feel better. Obviously, it gives you the confidence, right? But also, it depends on what you're doing with that cut. If you're just gonna put it under a hat, then it doesn't matter.
Pointless. And that's my thing. Like, see, I'm being vulnerable for a second here, right? Because my hairline's fucked up, right? I don't know if anybody knew that out there in Hollywood land. Don't rub me. Don't rub me. I'm warm. Stop.
Oh, baby.
Touch me, man. But see, this becoming a consistent thing, and he's gonna stop touching me. But here's the thing.
Don't try to Me Too me right here on this fucking podcast.
It's true.
It's not true.
You were rubbing my leg.
This is consensual.
Oh my god, he's doing it again. Stop touching me.
You know what?
That's so soft. That's the thing that makes me uncomfortable.
That I'm so soft.
If he was like this, it'd be like, it's like a
you hear that, ladies?
Massage or something.
I'm so soft. You hear that?
He is very soft.
You hear that?
He's very marshmallowy everywhere around.
Got the soft. Shut up and continue your damn story.
Okay.
Continue your damn story.
All right, so I was talking about vulnerability.
Before I unplug your fucking headphones.
I was talking about vulnerability.
Cut this whole shit off. sever all these fucking cords
I
right
keep
here.
going. I got more. Wait, I got
Sever
another
all
one.
these fucking.
The next one is hilarious.
What are these things that you've never said in bed?
The next one.
I
is
can keep going. I
hilarious.
got more.
That's fair. That's a. I don't think I ever said that.
I'm sure you
I
have.
never needed to. Never
I'm sure
needed
you
to.
have.
They were like, please give some back.
It was
Listen,
3
man.
minutes, then you rolled over and nodded off to sleep.
No, like 2.5.
2.5. Yeah, okay.
2:45.
I mean, shit, you don't need much more. What the fuck you showing off for?
In
This
the
ain't
30s,
the
you know.
This ain't the Olympics.
There's no relays.
Motherfuckers got to work in the morning.
Maybe it should be a relay. at
I
this
ain't got
point.
3-4 hours to give you anymore.
Yo, when the fuck
You got 30 pumps.
I was thinking
That's
about
all the
that.
fuck you gonna get.
I was thinking about
That's
that.
all the fuck I got.
That's actually like probably your best impersonation that you do. That one's really solid. Like I had my eyes closed and I was like, shit.
Almost as well. Let's make sure I don't
What's the
whip.
other one?
Let's make sure I don't whip that out when I swipe right on Nessa from BLK.
That might be weird for her.
That might be weird for
Might
her.
be weird for her. I
Be
think
on,
she'll
be on top of her
actually-
like, ooh, Nessa. Ooh, nah.
That's so creepy.
You know I'm in this motherfucker. Ah, damn. Pussy feel good.
This is why we will never.
Pussy
this is
feel
why we will never
good.
prosper.
Pussy feel good than a motherfucker.
Not only as a podcast, but as black
Ooh,
men.
give me them milk and cookies, baby.
Oh my god. Listen, man. I was just trying
Give me
to
them
tell you.
goddamn cookies.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is why I was talking about vulnerability, guys. I remember still. I'm tired and I still remember. I was talking about the hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing. I'm not one of those guys who doesn't understand. You know what I mean? I knew for years that it was coming, right? We getting close. Like, I'm like, in the morning, when you start doing this shit in the morning and you ain't got no hat on, and ain't like you looking for a logo, and your logo is starting to appear up here, and you like,
Heredity,
right? You like,
you've seen it in your family.
I start seeing my grandfather's face up here, but it says hair. Actually, I'm like, oh god damn it, Grandpa fucked me up. Because my pop still got dreads. It's crazy. Nigga sent me a picture this week.
Where's the hair? Where's his hairline though? Is he got the
It's back.
Stevie?
It's
Got the
back.
Stevie Wonder dreads?
He does, but it's not like he does, but not though. If that makes sense. Like,
Also, can we talk about the disrespect for Stevie Wonder? Now,
part?
I've heard
That he's
stories.
not blind thing?
I've heard the stories, like because
Let's watch the
my
video. Let's
dad
see.
actually told me stories about Stevie being kind of an asshole.
Never
But
heard that, but-
is he an asshole enough for people to leave him on stage in the middle of the VMAs like Will Smith did? I'll never
Don't do
forget
that,
that,
Will
Will. I'll never forget that. You and Drew Hill left Stevie on stage for no damn reason. And also, was he an asshole enough for nobody to tell him, Stevie, just shave it off. The dreads got to go, dog. Your hairline is in the back, in the top of your head. It looks terrible.
That's
just
his
let
vibe.
it go. Just
Okay,
let it go,
Here's
dog.
my question.
Was there no hairdresser, makeup artist that's like, can we cut these off? Like, are we
Here's
done?
the thing. Here's the thing, Donnie.
Is we done or is we finished, Stevie?
That's a good question. But here's the thing. The thing with hair and dreads specifically is that they start in one spot and then they stay there until you remove them. Stevie's had dreads since like the 70s
Yeah.
or at least the 80s.
I think Songs in the Key of Life.
Let's give them early 80s, right? How did the dreads go back? Because he started from here. I'm pretty sure.
They probably just gradually fell the fuck out.
No. But they be looking full from about this point. But how did they? Because you don't just start dreading from the middle of your head at some point. Mm-hmm. You don't start over. You know what I'm saying? So how, per se, did he get the beach effect where it went back? That's what I'm confused by. Because that hairstyle shouldn't do that. It's not possible unless you start after.
It did.
How though? But Brent, how? Physics. I don't understand.
I don't know, dog.
I don't understand. I feel like if I'd have kept my fro from the beginning, right? And I'd have just braided it from way back. Like I used to have a big ass fro. You seen the picture? Big ass fro. Mm-hmm. If I'd have kept that fro, would it have started to thin out? Yes, it would have started to thin out. But guess what? It still would have been where it was until I cut it, and then the hair would have got weird, right? Because that's what happens. Mm-hmm. But how do you do that shit with dreads? They're locks. That's the whole point.
I'm not a scientist. I don't know.
That shit is crazy. That might be crazier than him not actually being blonde. Because I keep hearing about it.
Nah, he's probably.
I watched the videos, man.
Oh.
He asked Kirk Franklin to FaceTime him. They was talking on the phone. He was on speaker. He said, hey, you got FaceTime? Hey, let's FaceTime. Kirk was showing him all the posters. Like, I had this picture of you on my wall and all that shit. Steve was like, it was crazy. It was fucking creepy. Then another, I think, it might have been you that told me that he got in the driver's side of somebody's car. He was like, all right, let's go. He was in the driver's side and put the shit in reverse. Was that you that told me that?
I don't know, but that sounds like a funny ass story.
So basically.
That sounds like a great story.
I don't remember who he was
I don't
with.
remember that story, but that sounds fantastic.
I don't remember who he was with, but Stevie He's like, all right, man, let's go to the store. They're like, all right, cool, yeah, let's do it. Da, da, da. So they go outside. Stevie goes to the driver's side. He just walks to the driver's side, like, real casually, no, like, extra shit. It's his house. He knows where his car's parked. He's done that walk a million times, I'm sure. So he's just like, right to the driver's side, sits down, gets in the car, starts adjusting the rear view. Dude looking at him like, hey, yo, Stevie, what the fuck, man? Can you see? And I think they said he put it in reverse and started backing up. He was like, I'm just playing. And parked it. But dude was like, I wish I could remember who it was.
That's a funny ass joke, though.
It was hilarious. But I think he was being serious. I think Stevie actually did that. And Stevie's joke was the funny one. Because the guy, I think, was a comedian, I want to say. But I cannot put my finger on who it was. But that's
Steve Harvey? That sounds like a Steve Harvey
joke. It really does.
Story.
It really does. And it might be, honestly. I can't remember.
This motherfucker back to.
It does sound like Steve Harvey.
See, actually, now I'm sounding like Godfrey doing Steve Harvey. I'm not actually sounding like Steve Harvey.
That shit's coming right through here.
I was not actually sounding like Steve Harvey. That was terrible.
Because I don't want that.
I haven't actually. See, that's because I haven't actually heard Steve Harvey in so long because I stopped listening to his bullshit years ago.
Well, and they kicked him off TV.
They didn't kick him off. He went off. He was like the #1 talk show on TV at that point. For what?
I can't remember. I heard this story too. It was like a bunch of. Weren't we around each other when that happened? Wasn't that earlier this year? Or was it like last year or something?
A year or two ago, maybe. That his show ended.
I didn't
know there was any controversy. Like all I knew about Steve Harvey was he had all these divorces, and he was telling everybody how to get married, but he had like 6 or 7 divorces and cheating on his wives and shit.
He's got the most experience. Those are the best people to learn from.
And rather than telling people, okay, from my experience, don't ever get married, and let me tell you why I don't ever get married, he was like, yeah, no, get married and love and love and love and love and love and all that other shit.
Think like a man.
Right. $1 billion movie.
That movie was awesome.
$1 billion movie.
Second one was bad.
Launched Kevin Hart into the mainstream.
Yeah, he was gone. Like he was already building, but that one they were
like,
he can be a real
in the mainstream.
Man. They were like, he can be a leading man for real. He said, hey, Miss Loretta, somebody stripping tonight. That shit's hilarious. But Steve Harvey, by the way, he's one of them. He had the fake mushroom top for a long time.
He did.
Perfect hairline, all that shit. All of a sudden, it was just bald, and I was like, what the hell? It's like Steve Harvey bald? I had no idea.
I'd heard stories a year or two before he got rid of it because the problem was he never changed the style of it.
It was always perfect.
He never changed the style of it or the length of it, and times it changed.
Yep.
So it was always not always. So, because he had his first show, Me and the Boys, in like '93, and he had a flat top. That was his Def Comedy days. Then it curved when he came to Kings of Comedy and Steve Harvey show, and that never changed when the style changed, and that's when the rumors really came out. Like that motherfucker's got a wig on.
Well, the first person that I actually heard do it, one of the funniest comedy things I've ever personally heard, it was a radio show, and it was when Kevin Hart was on his rise, and he was on the Jamie Foxx show. Foxhole.
Foxhole.
And that motherfucker, he got on Jamie Foxx about his hairline. And he was like, because he was, you short motherfucker. Jamie wasn't letting him talk. He was like, just talking over him. Kevin was like, okay, like, I'm going to get your ass. Keep going.
Because Jamie's hairline did start to go back.
Jamie's hairline's been fucked up for a minute. When Jamie does the shit, whatever that shit is to make your shit back here.
The replacement or whatever.
Something, yeah. He definitely, like, when he got his R&B career out of nowhere and his shit was right above his eyebrows out of nowhere, it was like, what the hell, Jamie? How the hell are you 20 again?
Jamie's hairline has never looked right. For all the money he's ever had and the Oscar and shit, his hair has never looked right.
At any point.
At any point.
The best it looked was that first album cover.
At any point whatsoever.
But the whole point of that, Kevin was like, you know what? He was like, that's why you got a fake hairline. You and Steve Harvey. Fuck both of y'all. Something like that. And Jamie was like, and Kevin just like, you can hear him laughing, and everybody in the room was just like, oh, like, holy shit, he said that. And then Jamie's like, don't you talk about my friend like that. Don't talk about my friend. And next thing I know, like, probably a couple months later, Steve Harvey had to just bald out of nowhere.
Yeah, he had to do...
Because I had never heard nothing about it.
But he didn't do it like it was a reveal, like he'd been bald the whole time. He did it like, I turned 50 and this is the strongest thing I could do. And it was an opaque black and white picture. And he was like, stronger than ever. And I'm glad God brought me to 50 and all this other horse shit. And it's like, no.
That's why he shaved it. That's why.
Like, no.
It wasn't because his hair was gone. He did it for the people.
Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Now he's growing his beard, too. He look alright with the little gray beard on the side. By the way, that's just kind of.
Well, he had to do something with that stupid mustache of his. That stupid,
was worse than
that
his hair.
stupid cop stash that he had.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I don't understand.
That shit was terrible.
We're not so cops and that fucking mustache. I don't understand it. Like that fucking caterpillar
that
mustache.
nasty ass, yeah.
It has looked shitty for the last 50 fucking years. And yet there are always cops that have that, and it's always only cops.
I'm not here
It's
to talk,
fucking,
I'm not here
it's
to talk.
fucking law enforcement
And porn stars in the
that
80s.
has that stupid fucking mustache.
Porn stars in the
Nobody
80s,
else. Porn stars?
In the 80s, they had that too.
Well, in the 80s. I'm talking about still today.
Well, it's just cops now.
Yes.
But it's like the 90s where everybody tucked their shirts in.
I had to stop tucking my shirt in.
I never did that. I thought that shit was so stupid. I'm not
Actually-
lying.
actually-
I'm lying. I did it in like 96.
Actually, that's not true.
When I played football, I took it in back in the day.
There were like in junior high school, like early high school, there were certain times where I did tuck it in, like if I wore like an overshirt, like if I wore like an over button down, but I opened it.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
then,
yeah.
but then it was like, but at a certain point, I was like, this looks corny, and I just stopped doing it.
It's like a wife beater for me. If I got a wife beater, like that's tucked in typically. If I'm wearing a regular shirt with it, that's the only time you'll see me tuck something.
But it's like, actually, I don't like this, so I stopped
What
doing
other
it.
random fashion faux pas did you do in your day? Because one of mine that I do occasionally now, and it'll make me laugh. Like I did it this weekend actually. I was in a grocery store, and I knew I had to carry something, and I was fucking hot, and I had a sweater on. I took the sweater off, and I
Around your
wrapped
neck?
it around my. No, I wrapped
Oh,
it
your
around
waist.
my waist. I did the arms around the waist.
I did that when I was a little kid.
That used to be my shit when I was
a
elementary.
little kid.
I thought that was the swag. Man.
But I stopped really wearing sweaters like that, like, you know, unless I'm like in a situation where like it's probably not coming off.
Where it's like cold.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that just didn't become practical for me anymore. I still wear longer socks. I still wear the bunch up socks.
Yeah.
Even though everybody's like, oh, it's all about the ankle and the no show. I'm like, fuck those. Those feel terrible on my fucking ankles.
See, these work for me.
Like those. I hate them.
These work for me.
I never liked them.
Because they breathe, you know what I'm saying?
I got introduced to those in like junior high, you know, when we were doing, you know, back to school thing,
Yeah.
try to do a fashion change, and I fucking hated them.
Nah,
I went back
they didn't work for
to
me.
the tube socks.
Back then they didn't work for me because I used to wear basketball shoes a lot. Basketball shoes back then in that little era, there's something about the ankle area. They always would have some kind of itchy receipt thing or something like a tag that would like scratch your ankle. So
Oh right, because you couldn't take anything off your shoe.
Right.
They were like hats.
Yeah, exactly.
They were
So
what
everything
hats.
was there.
They were what hats eventually became. You had to keep. I had
Stickers
some
and
lugs
shit. Yep.
with the little leather,
Yep, the little chain
little leather
shit.
tag
Yep.
and the little chain on them.
Yep. Big facts.
Yep.
Yo, so like probably like this is crazy to say. Probably like 2 years ago, I was still doing that shit on my hats, as I just had never taken them off. I actually like damn near 2 days ago, literally, I was wearing a hat and I took the shit off and I noticed there was a tag on it. I was like, fuck. I peeled it off. The shit had been on so long that it was like goo.
Yeah.
Like I peeled it off. I was like, it's like nasty looking.
Yeah, one of my Marvel hats still has the circle impression on the
Oh yeah,
on the bill
because you get dirt as you walk around with the shit.
because it never came off.
Yep. It's weird, man. It's weird how that shit happens. But that's socks wise. That's why I ended up doing that because like I used to wear the long socks. That was always my shit. I would get the long black socks. As I got older, shit just got hotter. Like I wear shoes with fucking feet. Be like, all right, because I never understood that. Like my hands never sweat, my feet never sweat. I'm never that guy.
Well,
But
I
as
feel
got
like
older,
socks
it's
got. I feel like especially the longer socks, they got thicker.
thick. They got super thick, like winter socks out
Yeah.
of nowhere. Because they used to be thin. I remember having thin black socks, but then you get holes in them. That was like the trade off. It's like you get those thin ass socks and they can breathe, but then they get holes in them. Now you
Yeah.
get this big ass sock and it's a sock puppet all of a sudden.
Right.
So
Well,
it was kinda toss-up.
those would become rags. Those would be clean,
That's fair. I
cleaning
never-
dusted
I-
rags, shit like that.
I always just end up throwing the shit away because I just look at it, get pissed off, and toss it. I never even thought about it. But yeah, that's why I ended up transitioning to what I call footy socks. But now I went from those because the footy socks are a little weird. They don't actually like slip off. I don't like having a sneaker on and I feel my shit slip off. Like, okay, this is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on down there? So now I got to the ankle socks. I'm like, all right, this works. This is riveting content. By the way.
Yeah,
Our
it is.
Sock brands are like,
It is.
We're killing this. Sock
Yeah, I was about to go into a comment on my shorts because these are actually the shorts that I like, the kind of
Those look-
polyester.
Yeah, I was gonna say those
kinds.
actually look comfortable.
But the problem is they're not available anywhere else. Most people now with the basketball shorts or whatever shorts you have on, it's this fucking cotton shit.
Yeah.
Now the cotton ones existed forever, but I always hated them because they were fucking clingy and they were hot. I always fucking hated them. I like the ones that feel smooth against you, but they fucking damn near don't exist anywhere.
They've
And it's like
gotten-
why
yeah.
why does everybody have this cheap bullshit?
Yeah.
Like, if I played basketball, I damn sure would probably not play basketball in these motherfuckers.
Right, we got those mesh shorts when I was in high school. We were the first crew with the mesh ones.
Yeah.
And I thought them shits was amazing because my boy TJ,
I hate the mesh ones. I hate the fucking mesh
ones, right? Prior, and then he was like, "Damn, I wish I'd have got a pair of the mesh ones." For me, the mesh ones were amazing in 9th grade because they we went from middle school. In 8th grade, we had cloth ones at our middle school. Then we came up. We were the first year of them trying to like redesign the shits, but they was so like they would breathe so well. It was just like, oh man, this is great. Like I'm sweating, but I feel like free. Like I feel like I can move faster. Like everything was just, it felt good. It felt real good. But then like shortly after that, they went right back to like the cloth style. So I guess people like you were like, nah, I hate this shit. You know
I don't like the cloth ones either.
That's what do you want?
I like these type or the kind of the smoother. I guess poly blends are not soap, but like poly blends that they would have in the NBA, like those types.
Produce mad sweat though. Aren't those the kind of produce like a crazy amount of sweat? Because poly shit typically does that.
Nah.
Even polyamory produces.
Nah. Or the jorts. I wish. Or jorts. I was mad John Cena killed the jort.
I'm glad those.
I was mad John Cena killed the jort.
I actually had those.
Or the cargo shorts.
Cargo shorts I fucked with.
But I was mad John Cena killed those. Like, fuck you, John Cena. Go back to tights, you motherfucking.
Nah, those had to go.
They did not have to go.
They had to go.
They did not have to go. Stone Cold rocked the fuck out of those. And his was always too tight.
His was way too tight.
His was always too tight.
He had knee braces on. That was the only thing that made him seem like they were longer. He had knee braces all the way up his thigh. So,
but like more than just they were short, they were tight. They were like painted on. Like that motherfucker did the thing that you see on Instagram where the chicks would jump up to get into the pants.
The weird thing about it is that like,
can you imagine being in the locker room watching Stone Cold hoist up his jean shorts to try to get over his ass, and you're sitting behind him and watching his ass try to jiggle into the shorts?
I'm not doing that. Can you imagine?
And he's sweating because he's got beer and everything in him.
Can you imagine whooping your ass in the ring after that? You having to take all these bumps, and I saw what you did.
And he tucked in his shirt. He always tucked in his shirt.
Sucker.
So the shirts are always tucked in, and you would see his ass jiggle as he tries to get it, and you would see his ass jiggle.
What is wrong?
Why specifically?
Are you looking at me? Like, what is up?
Because you got the Stone Cold look. I would imagine that you would feel kismet about seeing Stone Cold try to squeeze into a pair of jean shorts.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's going on with Brent the last couple of weeks. He seems to be going through some kind of serious sexual frustration.
That's nothing new. That's nothing new.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
That's nothing new.
He keeps trying to put it on me, but
yes, I'm trying to put it on you. You know what I'm trying to put on you? You know what I'm trying to put on you?
Trying to put something on me now.
Because you are having good fortune. And I think we've established that I hate it when you have good fortune. I hate it.
I'm just chilling.
I hate it when you're happy. I hate seeing you happy.
Good fortune anymore.
I hate seeing your happiness.
I'm balanced out. It's not over the top good anymore.
It's not that I'd love to see you miserable. I just hate seeing you happy.
I mean, I guess I haven't won anything since my birthday. I lost in darts finally. I got bullseye. Shouts to Erica because we were playing. I was 6-0.
Yeah, that 31's a motherfucker, ain't it?
Look, I was 6-0.
That 31's a motherfucker, ain't it?
We're in the first round. We played the first round. I was kind of doing soft. I'm like, I don't know if she can play darts, so I'm playing around a little bit. You know how I do. Playing around. She beats me first round. I'm like, all right. She threw those kind of confidently, and I'm up second. I'm up first in the second round. So I'm like, all right, let's start from here. Boom, hit a 20. I'm like, all right, let's let her know. I'm going to go ahead and take this round. She comes up, throws the first dart, boom. Second dart, bullseye. What the fuck? And that's automatic on my game. That's the end of the shit. I was like, oh, you motherfucker. Like that? You gonna take me out with a headshot? That's what we doing? And then she was walking around talking about, this is my house. That's what she said. That's what she told me. She told me it was my house. And they laughed at me repeatedly. The only reason I let that shit fly was because they bought me a lot of nice shit for my birthday. And that was my birthday. They were being really nice to me. But that was fucked up. And then I played card games with Pittsburgh and Kelsey, and they beat me. And I think I played Faith and Erica that day, and they beat me in card games. So, like, I've won nothing. Like, since this happened, my sister was like, oh, well, we got to play something soon. She's talking online. I'm not playing you a shit. It's like, no, I'm taking advantage of you right now. No, you're not. Because I beat her all the time. But I'm like, I lost my mojo. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Just one day changed. And all of a sudden, I can't win.
That 31's a motherfucker.
So what you're saying that
you hate
31's
me for
me winning so much right now? It stopped. The balance has occurred.
We may be talking about different games, but yeah, we may be talking about different versions of winning.
I'm talking about life too. I'm not doing anything special right now. I'm chilling all of a sudden. You know, It's nothing special. It's not like, see, before it was like mythical shit was happening. It was just the creatures were developing around me, and I had dragons to fly around on and shit. It was getting weird. I don't know what the hell was going on. It was definitely a horseshoe, golden one, stuck up my ass. I don't know what was going on there. But that's gone. It's not like that anymore.
Okay.
It's balanced out to like I'm not in a shitty place anymore, but I'm also not like killing it anymore. Like if I can find that horseshoe again, it's going right back. I'm putting it right back up there.
I think we just found another one of your kinks.
A golden horseshoe?
Yeah. Horseshoes up the ass, choking.
Hardcore shit, you know what I mean? If you can go, you gotta go all the way. Fuck it. Why play around? Somebody said that shit to me the other day, by the way. Like,
what?
Do you have some proclivities that you've not disclosed to me? I was like, probably. They seemed intrigued.
Yeah, most people are. Well, at least to hear it.
Very intrigued.
Depending on what it is, once they actually hear it, they may not be so inclined.
Also, I had to say instantly, don't say the word proclivities to me again.
Just because you're illiterate doesn't mean it. I'm not going to insult the audience's intelligence just because you have none.
Nah, nobody in our fan base is saying proclivities on a regular basis.
Well, they know what it means. Just because you don't know what proclivities
No, I know
mean.
what it means.
Oh, you do?
You think I just remembered the word off the strength? You think I remember that shit?
Yes.
Make eye contact, Brent.
I'm not gonna make. I'm not, no. I'm looking at your fucking dryer. I'm not.
Make eye contact, Brent.
I'm not. Nope. No, sir.
Go ahead and do it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. He's peeking right
Nope.
now. Look,
Nope.
He's peeking right now. There.
Nope. I don't want that.
He's right here.
I don't want that. I don't. Nope. No, thank you. No, thank you.
You're good. You're good.
No,
You're
thank
good.
you. No, I don't have any cash right now. No, thank you.
That's hilarious. Why are you so nervous?
I don't know. I really don't know.
It's like you think they're gonna take your soul or something.
I don't know. Maybe it's the lack of human contact. I don't know, Trey.
Stop touching me, man.
Make me less nervous.
you?
Make me
Wrong with this-
feel good.
Oh my god! And definitely don't say that. Let me turn this damn speaker down. I never want to hear you say that loud in my damn ear again. Yuck. Still, if you're looking it up though, that's halfway through the movie. On Monsters Ball, you go right to the middle, and you will see
Make
that
me
scene.
feel good.
No, I'm taking that off. I'm not hearing that again. Not through these headphones. Not like that. Yeah, but life has balanced. It's balanced out now. I feel like 2020 for me personally has been a good year overall. Like it started off extremely shitty, but then I had like a ridiculous stretch of like fortunate events that were so good, and I weighed them so much heavier than the other shit.
So good.
That felt right. We should do that. We can start adding ad-libs. I'm gonna go back to the Echo episode. Let me turn what should we pause this?
No.
Did you smack my arm?
Yes, I
It
did.
ain't even the right arm.
Yes, I did.
What does that have
I
to
don't
do?
give a fuck.
This motherfucker
We are
smacked my arm.
not a morning zoo.
Go back to the.
We are not a fucking morning zoo.
I got this. We just need more auto-tune. I can put the auto-tune back on.
No, thank you.
Auto-tune.
No, thank you.
I'll be right there. I can auto-tune the song we did earlier too.
You're not gonna turn this podcast into a DJ Khaled song.
Hey, I got that. I haven't done it in a couple episodes. I'll do it. I'm gonna do it for the people. For episode 30. Oh.
1989 TRE. Another one. Put that work in, Devin. Another one. You just shouting over everything, making shit inaudible. No, thank
Who's
you.
Devin though?
Some fucking commercial DJ Khaled's on
I'm like,
that plays every time I watch something on Amazon Prime.
Oh, I don't.
Like every fucking time.
I never watch anything on Amazon Prime unless I bought something specifically.
I flip back and forth Amazon Prime, Netflix.
I'm so.
Occasionally.
You know what gets me more than anything else, which is really fucking crazy. You should know actually, because every time you come here, it's all I'm ever on. Fucking YouTube. YouTube Red. I cannot stop looking at it because it's always updated something from the day. And that's what catches me, I think. It's like, okay, I don't really care what's going on right now in the world. Like, let me not say that because that sounds fucked up.
It's true.
But
Share
I mean,
your
like,
truth.
I am.
That's what the podcast is about. Share your truth. Trey doesn't care about shit. He doesn't care about anything. If you're sitting there listening to the podcast and you coughing right now, know that I love you, but Trey doesn't give a fuck about you, apparently.
You know what? I'm not going to let you get that joke off. Because I will reverse this on you. You punk motherfucker.
Apparently.
You know who wanted to come in here and talk about nothing but stuff like this for about 2 months? You guys guessed it. That would be your boy right here. I was ready to cover everything. You know who told me not to? You guys guessed it. That.
Do you know why? Because I don't want you to. This is your escape from feeling bad. I want to make you feel
You
good.
gotta stop doing that. That's so uncomfortable. Like, it makes it so uncomfortable. Like you've already done a couple crazy things.
That just ruined your spank bank on that.
That will never be ruined. You cannot.
So now you're gonna go back and watch it a few times tonight just to submit that that I'm jacking off to this.
You can never. Brent Banner will never.
Next time you watch it, you're gonna see my face.
The hell
you're not gonna see hers, or you're gonna hear my voice. You're gonna hear me. You're gonna sit there with your dick and your thumb, and between your thumb and your forefinger, and you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, I hear Brent's voice."
No.
Yeah.
It's never gonna be a thing.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
What's up with you, man? You alright? Is everything okay at home?
You're gonna fucking associate that with me forever now.
Yeah, what's in that cup? I'm not.
Forever now.
This shit's gonna stop as
Forever
soon
now.
As soon as you stop
no,
talking about this.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand. My life's goal is to ruin shit for you. You don't understand.
It's not gonna work.
You don't understand. I'm trying to ruin Monsters Ball. I'm trying to ruin touching. I'm trying to ruin everything I'm trying to ruin shit for your life.
You're failing miserably.
You don't understand.
None of that shit's gonna
You're my
happen.
arch nemesis. I hate. You don't
know
understand.
what Brent did, guys? For my birthday, this guy showed up.
No, I didn't.
With a bottle of
champagne. I didn't. I said at home. No, I didn't. No, not at all.
Tender-hearted soul.
Not at all.
Brought me a bottle.
Not
of
at all.
champagne.
Stop your lies, you foolish girl. I did not. No. Nope.
I think he said it came up to like $27.
Nope. I'm not a nice person. Stop it.
Stop
perpetuating that myth that I'm a nice guy.
You are a woman out there listening, and you are looking
for
a cuddly, sweet.
Women hate nice guys. Stop trying to perpetuate this shit that I'm a nice guy. I'm an asshole. Nope. I came over with the bottle and I smacked it upside his head and I broke it all over the place. That's what I did with the bottle. That's what I did with the bottle.
Honestly, just a sweetheart.
I christened him 31 by smashing the bottle over his head.
Guys, listen.
Like a bar fight.
Listen, guys. When I was down and out, and I had
and then I cut all his hair off with the edges of the bottle.
That's what I did.
That's what I did.
It was Brent.
That's what I did.
Brent allowed me.
Don't perpetuate this myth that I'm a nice person. I'm not.
When I was down and out. You know why?
I'm not.
Brent is a sweetheart.
I'm not a sweetheart. I need you to stop saying that. I need you to stop. I will cut you right now. I need you to stop saying I'm a nice guy.
He is a darling of a soul. He is like.
Hey yo, Envy. Hey yo, we live. Hey yo, we live. Listen. Fuck what that nigga Trey got to say. Okay, I got motherfuckers that like dudes that'll come over and fuck him in the booty.
Oh man. See how he tries to go, guys. This is a defense mechanism for him. It's okay.
On everything. Let me tell you something. I'm gangster. I'm gangster.
Now he's Mike Tyson / Ray.
I know that did slip into Mike Tyson.
I heard it.
That did slip into Mike.
And it got scary when you.
That did slip into Mike.
I said,
it became scarier. It became scarier when you heard Mike than Ray J.
Yeah, every time I
believe Mike more than I believe Ray J.
Are you kidding?
1,000,000%.
When he said the shit about like ripping off the dude's head. Didn't he say something about ripping off the dude's head and drinking the blood from his neck or some shit? After a fight?
He said he'd eat his children.
I know he said he'd eat his kids. That was
rip out his heart from his chest. It's still beating heart from his chest.
Swore he said something
and feed it to him or something like that.
Yeah, I heard that too. I could have swore he said something about ripping the head off the shoulders and drinking from his neck or something crazy. Too.
Probably that's not out of that's not
either him or Edward Allan Poe. I can't remember.
That's not out of
like Edgar Allan Poe.
That's not out of the question. The motherfucker did bite Evander Holyfield's ear off.
Yo, I saw a meme the other day, right?
Evander Holyfield with the mask.
It was the mask. I said, "Damn it, Mike." The other side was hanging down because I couldn't stay on his ear because he bit it off. Oh man, I laughed so fucking hard. That shit fucked me up. That was hilarious. That's some good memeing right there. Whoever did that was thinking too much. Like they got way too much time to think about Evander Holyfield's ear in 2020.
Yeah, no, that's pretty easy.
With the mask. That's some good shit.
Yeah.
I know Mike has been back in the headlines, so that's what triggered it, but still.
Him and Mick Foley are the two people I can think of that probably can't wear the COVID masks.
The name of this episode is Brent's a Sweetheart, by the way.
No, I'm not.
We're going to do that.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna need you to stop perpetuating that myth.
We're going to call him light skin loving.
I'm gonna need you to stop perpetuating that myth.
Light skin loving.
No. And I'm not. This motherfucker here.
You know what? You alright. Can I shake your hand?
No.
I just shake your hand.
Only if I can rub your back. Stop rubbing me. Hey, now stop rubbing me. I'm supposed to be trying to make you feel uncomfortable, damn it.
I just want to make sure I want to make sure that you're as comfortable here as you've always made me feel around you, Brent.
My search for human contact has nothing to do with contact from you. It's from female humans.
Do you like my hand under the table?
No, I don't. Get your hand out of my pocket. Get your hand out of my pocket. Get your hand out my pocket.
Oh man, this is gonna be a great episode for you because that's the part I'm clipping. If I ever decide to do Instagram clips again, this is what I'm gonna clip.
Well,
Parts about talking about
lucky for me, you're too lazy to do that.
I'm gonna make sure I do this one.
No. You've said that before.
No, this will be the one that makes.
You've said that before.
No, this one specifically.
Promises.
Oh, I promise. I'm gonna
promises.
Tell everyone how
Fucking
beautiful you are,
promises.
Brent, as a man, how sweet you are, how tender your eyes are. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying.
Behind those glasses is a beautiful soul, guys.
I'm gonna need you to stop perpetuating those damn
Ladies.
lies. I'm gonna need you to stop perpetuating that.
Look at him. Look in the camera right there, bro.
I'm gonna need you to stop perpetuating those damn lies.
All right, here you go.
I'm
get
an
15
asshole.
seconds right here in the
I'm
camera.
an asshole. I'm a tough guy. I'm a meanie. You know.
See how uncomfortable he is because he knows he's
I
nice.
I litter. I toss gum wrappers out the fucking side of the car.
And then he picks them up later.
The soda rings, the plastic rings around your soda. I don't cut them up before I throw them out. I just throw them out. Fuck the ocean.
No, he does it.
Fuck the ocean. I don't cut them up.
Fuck the ocean.
I leave all the little holes intact so the little fish can choke on.
Remember all those episodes ago when Brent wouldn't say anybody's name? You know why? I've come to the realization now.
Legal issues, because I don't need to get caught up in shit. That's why.
No.
Legal issues, because I signed affidavits, but I still said initials, which I still wasn't supposed to say. So even fuck the lawyers.
This guy, you know, he's a...
First off, fuck your bitch and the click you claim. That's how hardcore I am.
Is that a...
West Side, when we ride, come equipped with game.
Who's that guy?
Claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife.
This is making me so happy because you were so...
I know.
You were so out of sorts.
The whole point is
What's
to
up
stop
with
your
you?
fucking happiness.
The
whole point is to stop your fucking happiness.
You're doing it wrong again. I told you.
Talk about something else, goddammit.
All right.
Get the fuck away from me.
All right, here we go. You know what, Brent? You're a hell of a guy.
So anyway, Sasha Banks was on TV last week and her wig came off. What are your thoughts about that?
I have not seen that, but I heard about it.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. That's crazy. But the thing, I think we talked about this maybe off pod.
Mm-hmm. Very briefly.
Just why? Why are you wearing a wig? Like, just don't wear wigs.
Just don't.
And especially not in a contact sport.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I get it. If you're a performer and shit could pop off potentially, If you're out, like, and I mean performer, like a stage performer, like an artist, you're singing,
right.
you might do Tina Turner type shit. Like, you
right.
don't want to have one of those, whoop, and shit flies off. But you're doing that the whole time as a wrestler. So what
right.
did you expect to happen? You
right.
know what I mean? I don't get it. Like, the sew-ins, I guess. I don't really think they need it, but they always do that to try to boost the look, I guess, the appeal for guys. But 90% of the women that are in wrestling have long hair anyway. So it's kind of like, I don't even think that's necessary. I think at some point, they'll get to the point where, with all this women's revolution shit, where they'll actually be like, okay, we're just going to have women be natural and kind of do what they do. There's an idea.
I think you see more of that in other promotions. Vince, has a very specific idea of what he wants
Same thing
in terms of
people.
looks.
Yeah, it's the same shit as black people. You got
yeah.
one role. And I don't personally think Vince is a racist, but I think he's got some shit that he should probably look into because he be on that line.
I don't think he's a racist. I think he's just a maniac.
I think he's just old and he's got some shit that's like, no, this is how it's supposed to be. And it's like, no, it doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah.
No, you all need big fake boobs, all of you, because that's what sells. No, that's not what sells anymore.
You're pretty talented, but you'd be more talented if you were a blonde.
Right. With giant boobs.
Can you get a blonde with?
Should I be good at wrestling or anything?
No. We'll pay for your tits. Don't worry about that.
You're good. You'll get 2 months off. Heal in time. Okay? Make sure the dye really sinks in too. We like them really blonde.
Really blonde.
Really blonde. Like, it's weird, man. It's just like, dog. My thing is like, I may be a feminist, I'm pretty close to that. I think I'm pretty close to like a male feminist as far as you can go, because I'm all about like female empowerment and go, right? But my thing is like, at some point when people are talking about that kind of thing, like how it's the woman's revolution and all this shit, right, with wrestling. Like I said, at some point it'll be okay, but why do they have to prettify themselves all the time? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it always have to be a beauty thing? Because if it's really a competition of sport, if that's what it's supposed to be, you don't see, like MMA, right? At the press conference, yeah, you'll see some of the women that'll really doll it up. But when they get to the ring, you don't see nobody out there like...
They braid their hair up.
Because that shit will get them fucked up.
Because it's contact
It's
sport.
real competition, right?
Yeah.
So they like out there. It's about like, yo, we the best. We can steal the fight card. And I can tell you plenty of UFC fights
now,
I've
mind
seen
you,
that they've stolen.
now hold on. Looks are very important when it comes to professional wrestling, male and female. Very important.
I was
when it
thinking
comes
that.
to
I was thinking that
professional
as I was saying it because
But-
guys have to have a physique too a lot
wrestling.
of the
But
time.
dudes don't wear wigs. You know what I mean?
They're not
Like,
wearing makeup. They're not having to go through all that bullshit
well,
before they go out there.
Undertaker does. Undertaker did.
that's-
Undertaker.
That's-
You know,
listen, I'm not gonna let you do this. I'm not
he
gonna
did.
let you do this.
He. If you saw the last ride, he
not
talked.
gonna
He
do
talked
this.
about how he talked to his dad. Yes, your 6'10" boy wears eyeliner.
That's pretty funny. I haven't seen that part yet. Actually, I got 2 parts left.
But
Can you believe that? The
yeah.
last one I watched was with you.
Oh, babe.
Go ahead, Brent. I know you need to.
I need you to be uncomfortable with that, though.
I'm just gonna embrace it. Fuck it. You know what? At
That's
this
like
point-
that's like you facing Goldust and then he puts his. That's like you facing. That's like you facing Goldust and then he rubs your chest
Right.
and you're
you
sitting there
embrace
like
it. Right.
that fucks up the whole thing.
You know when I learned to do this actually? My uncle. My uncle was the most annoying motherfucker with this ever. Like
With gay chicken?
Dude, he is the fucking worst. And he used to drive me crazy. So when I turned like, because, 15, 16, 17, it's like, dog, could you chill? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like, at some point I was just like, okay, all right. Just one up him every time. And it would be the most uncomfortable places because he would do something weird and you like, okay. So then like, walking or something. Next thing you know, you just got a handful of ass and you just like walking down the, oh, what the fuck are you doing? What? I thought you do it at home. We can't do it in public? What's wrong? I don't understand. And he looking like, well, fuck you. He gets so mad, right? And he go do something like, boop, boop. Like, oh, that was cute, bro. It's so pit. Like, I would do so much random shit to this dude because of that. And then at some point, he just stopped playing. It was like, okay, I don't want to play anymore. No, I don't want to play anymore because I'm not even sure about the way you look at me when you do it. It's the warmth you give me. It makes me uncomfortable. Like, I can just see it in his eyes. Like, he was just like, nah, I'm not playing with you anymore because you're willing to go way too far.
There's a comedian. I don't know who the comedian is, but I remember the joke about guys playing gay chicken.
Yeah.
And
I think I know what you're talking about,
to the point where it's like, come on, bro.
Right, yeah.
Just play it, bro.
I don't remember who that was either.
I don't remember who it was, but I remember
that joke. I remember that joke and being like, yeah, that's true. Shit goes too far.
Yeah.
It does. It goes way too far. Now, mind you, it's never going that far. Let's be very clear. I'm waking up and being
You mean
like,
not tonight?
see how you try to flip it? But that's what I'm saying. Like, no, it's never going that far. But I do remember that joke, and I remember being like, that's a good point. That's a good point because dudes, especially where I'm from Virginia Beach, and them white boys is crazy. They will go way too far.
Yeah.
Way too far. I'm like, all right, yo, look, listen. And then they looking at me like, what are you, homophobic, bro? Like that shit you tried to do to me a couple episodes ago. And I'm like, no, man, I'm just not doing this shit with you. Like,
Well, I
I'm not
actually
doing
had a point. You actually are homophobic. Like,
not
I think
homophobic at
we
all.
well established that in the episode. And if you don't believe we did go back to the episode, I can't remember which
It
one
was
it
2
is.
episodes ago, but
Two
still
episodes
not
ago.
true.
Go back 2 episodes ago and
So that'd be
realize how
28th
homophobic Trey is.
episode. Because this is episode 30, and Trey's still not homophobic. Episode 30.
Officially.
28,
Officially
29.
30.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I finally. I know we're at the right one now.
Yeah.
I know for a fact you're at the right one. Because of those 2, the lost episodes. Mm-hmm. Those are great episodes.
Those were really good
So
episodes.
sad. Sorry.
But this
y'all.
episode is really good too. And if you like this episode, you can go to patreon.com/getherepod
It's true.
to help support it. The episode's not over. I just wanted to throw that in there
No, it's
just in
never
case
bad
you had
time.
some free time on your hands and wanted to go there to help support because, we need it. Well, I need it because I'm not homophobic, but he is.
Have you gotten a penny yet from that? Has anybody donated yet?
I haven't checked it in a while, actually.
You
So
should
I'm
check it.
going
You should check it. We might be
to
sitting
go
on
back
like
and
$1
check.
million. Maybe we got signed. You don't
Maybe.
know.
Maybe Joe Rogan heard it and was like,
That would be great.
hey, young Jamie, did you hear about this one? Let's do some DMT and listen to this podcast.
Do some DMT and listen to it. Yeah, I can see it. I can see Joe.
Bro, let's take this into the deprivation chamber
Oh,
while we're hunting elk.
What do you think about him leaving California?
Is he actually doing it?
He's moving to Texas.
He
officially.
said it.
He's doing it.
He said it for a while.
Well, he said
I don't know
it,
if he's actually doing it.
like soon type thing. Because he just signed his contract, and Texas, no
I
state
mean,
tax.
it doesn't make any difference to me. I've never met the dude. I've never seen the dude anywhere.
But how do you
like
feel
I don't,
about it?
I don't go to the I don't go to the
But inside,
comedy
what do you
clubs.
feel?
Although when they were
You mean the
were
whole world?
open, I should have.
Are you talking about the whole world? You can't go to comedy.
Yeah,
clubs.
I know. I should have.
So, I wanted to.
Because they were right there, and I used to drive by them all the time. I used to do pickups in Hollywood all the fucking time, and I used to go by the Comedy Store and all this other shit. And I'm like, I used to fucking go to comedy clubs every once in a while.
Yeah. My homegirl Chelsea actually worked at comedy clubs. for like a long time. So she used to get all these like free comedy shows all the time. Like hilarious comedians would come through. So she's seen more comedy than like most, and she still thinks I'm funny, which tells me a lot.
Yeah, she must be doing a lot of DMT.
I'm pretty funny. I'm a funny
Must
guy.
be doing a lot of DMT.
Funny guy, you know. All right, so
Listen, bro, you gotta do more DMT, bro.
what the fuck is DMT, by the way? Because I remember them explaining it one
I
day,
don't
but I
fucking
can't
know.
remember. He did explain it one
It's
day.
the Joe Rogan drug.
Yeah, but what is it like? Brighten your eyes? Doesn't it make you like see shit? It's almost like a.
It's a hallucinogen.
Yeah,
For all
okay.
I know is it's a hallucinogen.
It's like a full body high type hallucinogen too.
Maybe.
Something like it
I
was
don't
something
fucking
extra
know.
about it because it wasn't just a standard hallucinogen. I really gotta stop looking at you. My damn neck starting to hurt.
I'm sure I listened to a podcast, an episode of his where he explained it. And
Beer
I
me.
don't fucking remember it.
They're not over there.
What?
Beer me.
Nope. I already told you. Lost the setup.
All right, I'm gonna get off camera for a second, guys. Don't worry about it. Brent can carry this. He talks a lot. He does a segment of this show called Know It All News, coming soon, by the way. We've already
Coming
shot the
soon.
first episode. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
it's coming just
It's
as
my
soon.
birthday weekend.
It's coming just as soon as the Instagram posts are.
Damn, bro. That's how you gonna do me? You ain't know I had a birthday.
Yo, we
Damn.
live, MV.
Hold on, bro.
Yo, we live.
Did I put the podcast out on time last week? Was it on Thursday?
It was on a Thursday. Yes, it's not.
That's
yeah,
right. Is there a set time?
We got the date.
Is there a set time?
There should be a set time.
Is there a set time? Was the question, Mr. Banner?
Officially,
Mr. Banner, please. Was there a set
officially,
time?
no.
Okay.
I would like it to
Did
be
it
when
come
the
out on
sun is
Thursday?
still up.
Did it come out on Thursday, the day after my birthday?
To be fair, the video version.
And you
didn't-
came out
the video
10 minutes
version
before
didn't-
me.
Yeah, it didn't.
Right.
It didn't go up until like
So
8
do
or
me a
9
favor
o'clock.
and shut the fuck up. I'll be right back. Grab me another beer since nobody will beer me.
Yeah, nobody's. We don't have a man
Well, maybe if they go to patreon.com,
/ get here pod, then we
we could
would
get some beer me's.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
wouldn't have to get up and get off camera for these people.
well, we don't. Now the show just got 100% better. At least the video version of it did.
Fucked up.
Are you gonna talk through the whole thing,
You damn right.
or am I gonna have the
you don't
floor
get a
now?
moment. No, you don't get a
God
moment
damn
to
it.
yourself. Fuck, I'm back. How big you thought this house was? You thought I was at Drake's compound? No, this is Trey's treasure trove. It's small.
That nigga from Degrassi got a full size basketball court.
Bruh, that house it's not a house, it's a compound. You know, we literally at work today, because we study in Canada, right? They were like, we've seen all of Canada. Why don't we just look at Drake's compound? They said Drake's mansion. I said it's a goddamn compound. Don't disrespect it again. You know, he got like 4 houses.
I believe it
He got like 3 in Brentwood.
because mediocre pays very well in this
Don't do
society.
That. Don't do that.
Mediocre pays
How?
extraordinarily
Okay.
well in this
Okay,
society.
we just stumbled into a topic.
Mediocre
How
pays
the
extraordinarily
fuck is
well
he
in this
mediocre?
society. Have you heard his lyrics?
Yes,
Mediocre.
you haven't heard this.
Mediocre.
What? Please give me some
Mediocre.
mediocre from that guy.
I don't remember his fucking lyrics.
You're
You know
gonna-
why?
you know
You
what
know
you're
why I
gonna
don't
keep going?
remember them?
You know what
Because
you're
they
saying?
weren't fucking memorable.
I'm gonna teach y'all something right now.
Because they weren't first off fuck your bitch and the click you claim.
I'm gonna teach y'all something right now.
The most memorable lyric
You
is
don't
him
argue
rolling.
with people.
It's him rolling through Degrassi in his fucking wheelchair. That's the most memorable lyric.
You don't argue with people.
The second
that
most
don't
the
have
second most
any
memorable
point.
lyric he's ever done is Kiki, "Do you love me?"
That's the
And
second most-
that's
Is it?
that's because of the fucking TikTok and that shit was everywhere.
It wasn't even a TikTok.
Fucking mediocre as fuck.
It was still
and then the
musicality
third
at the
one
time.
was
See,
"Ever
those
Since
are
I
the
Left the City, You," and you don't even remember the rest of that fucking song.
Who don't?
Those are
was
terrible.
Hotline Bling.
Those are mediocre ass fucking lyrics. That motherfucker is mediocre.
This guy literally had no points, so he just started thinking of random shit to
Mediocre.
say. See, that's why you don't argue with
Mediocre.
people like that. You just like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, because I'm correct, and I get
You're
it.
not.
I get it.
You're
I get
not.
it. It's sacrilege to say
know what's
that
funny?
it's sacrilege to say that Drake isn't
Nah,
anything
you know what's
other
funny?
than one of the greatest
I've
of all
actually
time.
heard-
Except I just said it.
I've
He's
actually
not.
heard-
He's whatever.
This is not a hot take. You just sound like a hater. But
I'm not a
honestly,
hater.
You sound like a
I like-
hater.
I like-
You made no points.
I like good shit, and Drake is. I'm not saying Drake is like the worst. I'm saying he's overrated as fuck.
He's not.
He is.
He's really not.
He really is.
You just gave me 3 points that weren't actually
He
relevant
really
points.
is. He's not like I've never heard a Drake lyric or song that's
I've
like
legitimately,
oh.
recently, I've had more people, more lyricists that are like, why do people hate on Drake like this?
Because he's not that good.
And I just started laughing because I'm like,
'Cause
it's
he's
funny
not
because
good.
there's always people that don't rap that hate on Drake the most. Which
So
is really
what?
funny. That's the funny
I've
shit.
never made a
It's
movie
people
either. I
without
know what a
lyrics.
shit. I know what a terrible fucking movie is.
People without lyrics
Doesn't make shit.
don't appreciate
that-
what Drake
that
does.
doesn't-
That's
not
the
a
funny
that's not
thing.
a valid fucking point.
It is a valid point.
No, it's not.
You just made 3 points that literally weren't
That's not
valid.
about.
I just gave
just
you
because
one.
I've never rapped before doesn't
It
mean I
has a
don't
lot
know
to
what
do
good
with it. It
rap
has a lot to
sounds
do with
like.
it. Fucking lyricism. If you're hating on something that literally works on the charts, which means it's working for a lot of people. It's not just me.
Popular
obviously.
doesn't mean correct.
But popular for 10 plus years, nonstop,
Doesn't mean
all hits,
doesn't
all
mean
platinum,
correct.
and just consistently putting records out. The dude's
Fucking
put out
shit,
more
fucking
hit
Cher's
records
been
this
popular
year.
for decades, and she's a shitty performer too, or she's a shitty artist too.
These are all personal preferences. That's what that is. And at the end of the day,
That's a stupid argument too, because you can tell what's good and what's bad.
right.
You
which
can
is
tell what's
why your
good and
argument
what's
sounds
bad.
stupid, because the dude's been consistently putting out good music for 10 years.
No,
10
he's
plus
been
years.
consistently putting out popular music. Doesn't necessarily mean it's good. R. Kelly made popular music. Doesn't necessarily mean his music was necessarily
R.
good
Kelly
either.
made good music. He was just a fucking pedophile.
Trapped in the Closet was a good song, or a good
Trapped in the
melodrama.
Closet was late, but also to start until he made 72 parts of it. Yeah, it was kind of dope.
Key in the Ignition. Come on,
That song?
Those are shitty lyrics. Come on, dog. Stop it.
That song's not my shit.
Stop it.
You're not gonna turn this into an R. Kelly conversation.
Stop it.
I see what you're trying to do.
I'm turning it.
You're not gonna
it's-
shift it to an R.
no,
Kelly
it's
conversation.
a conversation about whether there's objective good or whether there's objective bad, and there is. There really is. Just because people choose to ignore.
Give me good rap artists in the last 10 years. Then don't go and say Pac, because you're gonna say Pac, and you've been quoting Pac this whole episode. And Pac died in '96.
That's a lie. That's a fucking myth. Pac is still alive.
Oh my God.
I saw that
Answer the
motherfucker.
question.
I saw that motherfucker at Lakewood Mall.
Give me some relevant
2
rap
weeks
artists
ago.
for the last 10 years. 2 weeks ago.
He bagged my shirt at Target. I saw that shit.
Pac would have set you on fire for saying
I
stupid shit.
saw
you just
that
said.
shit. I saw that shit.
But go ahead. Give me some relevant artists in the last 15 years, because Drake's been killing this shit now for at least since I graduated.
Kendrick, J. Cole.
When's the last time Kendrick put out an album?
It's been a minute.
Exactly.
It's been a couple years.
Damn was
It's
in
been a couple
2016.
years.
I was still here
it's been a
before I
couple
moved back
years.
to Virginia. So let's
But
cross
so what?
Kendrick off. Let's cross Kendrick off for a second. All right. You
Oh,
said J. Cole.
because he hasn't put out an album
He
in
hasn't
3
put an album
years.
out in 4 years. It's
And
2020.
4 years
That's
now. Yeah,
4
4
years.
years.
That's almost 5. That's almost half a decade.
When we get to 5, we can have that discussion.
No,
But that doesn't
we have
necessarily
not.
mean anything.
It doesn't mean Kendrick's not dope, but my point is he's not. You're not gonna say relevant right now. You're not getting that off. Dude has nothing on the charts. Nothing. Damn is probably still on the charts, to be fair.
Well, I mean, the shit that's on the chart, we've had the discussion before about this.
my-
We had
my
the discussion in this
question.
podcast
Answer my
about the
question.
shit that's on the charts and how terrible that shit is.
What shit? Oh, the trap shit.
Yes.
A lot of the trap shit is trash, but not all of
Yeah.
it. Not all
Well,
of
you
it.
can't say that. That's subjective. Whoa, that's subjective. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not. It doesn't mean it's
I
not
just said
good.
Did you hear me actually follow up with a statement that said not all of it? See the difference?
No, you said trap music is trash. You just
Not
said that.
all of it. You want me to play it back for you so you can
I
actually
don't.
hear what I said?
I don't want you to pay.
So that's how
I
much
don't
you don't
want
be
you
listening.
To, I don't want.
Too busy
you're-
talking.
To you, no,
Too busy
I
talking.
don't.
Too busy doing this.
You're right.
You're flapping your gums.
You're right.
Because I literally
'Cause I'm the
said
best part of
right
this
after
podcast.
that, You're
That's
definitely
why.
not. This last 5 minutes is one of those times where it shows how much you're not. This is where people get those texts or like, yeah, I really side with Trey when they be talking, because you've been doing good. The last couple episodes.
I don't understand how you have time to text the show and leave comments on shit, pumping yourself up,
You're talking about me. I see
and yet don't
that
have
was good.
time,
That was
and yet
good.
don't have time to do the Instagram
But see, I was
shit.
still listening. I caught that. See that? See how I did that?
Because you were swigging your beer.
I was.
What?
I was. That's what I do a lot, so I can listen.
What?
When I wanna listen, I just do this. Luckily, it's short because you don't have long.
And you had the label right to the side. Like if this was a commercial, I could see I
you do
get
it.
the label.
That's what you do
But
it.
it's not a commercial. We're not
No,
sponsored
but
yet.
honestly though, like when you think about artists and consistency and who's actually putting out shit and who's really done it, the longest run, other than what Drake is doing right now, is probably Wayne. And honestly, when you look back, that really wasn't that long. It was just a condensed level of like productivity.
Consistency doesn't necessarily equal greatness. It just equals consistency. Tyler Perry consistently puts shit out all the
I'm not
time.
gonna let you do that.
His shit is terrible.
Bro, I will
The
fucking fight you.
I'm telling you, the consistency
You are not
argument
gonna compare.
doesn't hold as much water
are
as you
not
think it
gonna-
does.
The fuck it doesn't.
It doesn't.
The fuck
Just
it
because
doesn't.
you produce
Bro,
a
if
mass
you
amount
produce
of
at the
something doesn't
same
necessarily
level-
mean it's good.
No, if you produce at the same level,
Hamburger,
of high quality you
fucking
were doing all the
McDonald's
time,
produces a mass amount of hamburgers every fucking day. Doesn't necessarily mean it's fucking
This is a stupid argument.
top
That's
sirloin.
why-
It's not a stupid
That's
argument.
why I
Just because
talk
it's
to
counter
people, other
to
people that do
to
music.
your argument doesn't mean it's
It's
stupid.
not a real argument.
It's
You're
the
not-
same.
you're talking about
no, it's
hamburgers
not.
now. Now you're going
no,
to
I'm
hamburgers.
talking about your argument of consistency and how it
That's
doesn't
not the
hold
only
the
argument
water
I was
that you
making,
think
though.
it.
So you like
okay,
to,
make
you
more
bite
arguments.
into one part and then you start talking a bunch real loud and you think you're like making a valid argument. It's not.
Because the problem...
You started off with 3 arguments. None of them were actually good arguments. They were just bullshit
They
arguments.
were fantastic
you picked
arguments.
Stupid lyrics.
They were the best arguments.
Blue,
they were the greatest
random.
arguments.
See what
They
I'm
were
saying? And then you do
huge
this right here.
arguments.
And that's what you do right here. And then you go into your Trump voice.
They were
Go ahead, get
fantastic
into your Trump
arguments.
voice because you're close. You're close. You're going to go into your Trump
They
voice.
were
So go ahead and do that.
fantastic.
Argue like you want to.
The
that's
greatest
how you argue.
arguments of all time.
Exactly. Go ahead. Get it out. Do your orange arguments. Give them to me.
They were the greatest.
This is what you do. This is how you argue, by the way. You argue like the orange man. You could probably
This
win
is
the
not
election.
how I argue.
This is how you argue. You argue
This
just
is how I
like
argue with you. You bring this shit out. You bring this shit out of me.
I didn't even say anything.
This is why I hate you. This is why I hate this man.
I told you some stuff going on at home.
This is why get your hands out my pocket.
Why are you acting like
Get your
this?
hands out my pocket.
Aw, sweetheart.
Stop it. Get your hands out my pocket. You're the worst human being I've ever met in
I'm
my
putting
life.
Drake music all over this podcast. This one's definitely getting taken down. I'm putting it everywhere.
So you're gonna sabotage the podcast
Just to prove a point.
with
You know who I am?
fucking
King
copywritten material.
King. By the way, I showed one of my videos to one of my coworkers, right? Mm-hmm. Next thing I know, shit got a copyright hit. I said, yo, what the fuck? Anytime I touch any of my old stuff or when you use my music randomly from back in the day, YouTube's like, copyright hit. Like, bitch, nobody's touched this in 7 years. Why are you so mad?
I got a copyright strike for streaming.
Jeez.
Not strike. I got a copyright notice for streaming WWE 2K20 last week. They were like, "Oh, you have clips from Raw 1000 and clips from SmackDown 1000."
From
I'm
the
like,
game?
"Yeah." I'm like,
That's
"No,
right.
I don't."
Right.
I'm like, the timestamp you have on there is the main menu to the fucking game. And I made sure to turn the music off.
Right.
So there's literally nothing it's certainly nothing copywritten, and it's damn sure not what you said is copywritten.
Right.
It's not an episode of Raw. It's it's a video game footage of 3 versions of video game Becky Lynch coming to the ring. Get the fuck out of here.
You know what I hate? And I'm never going to stop harping on this. Every time anything of this topic comes up, I'm always going to say it every single time. I hate the fact that anybody that's a quote-unquote influencer can use whatever clips they want.
Whatever they want.
Whenever the fuck they want.
Doesn't fucking matter.
And they don't give them shit.
Not
it's okay.
not a damn thing.
But with us, people that are just creative as fuck, that could be on that level and better, honestly, because we actually know what the fuck we're doing with a lot of this stuff, and we're actually creative as a motherfucker. We will get struck like, dog, I showed a video with background music. That's the only thing that was, and it wasn't even a popular song. It was an instrumental. This is what they tagged me for. I know it was, because everything else was me. I made everything else up. It's my voiceover. It's this, it's that. Some simple ass beat playing in the background from like 10 years ago, basically. And they hit me like, this is not a strike, but they are now doing da-da-da. I mean, if you don't get the fuck off of my email with this dumb shit, this is why I fuck with YouTube. Honestly, YouTube, Instagram, they do the same thing. Instagram has gotten a little better. At least you can do the little tag shits now. When you put a story up, you can use music, and it'll actually tag the artist or whatever.
But Instagram makes even less sense because you can't even monetize Instagram.
No, you can't. And oh yeah, exactly. So why can't I use
What's
it?
the fucking
Why
point?
can't I use it? For what? But I get it when it's like a brand new song. I get for like that first 4 months, whatever the fuck, you're trying not to take the streams down. But okay, if you hear it, then just add it as a stream. You know what I'm saying? Like, rather than say, okay, you can't use this, don't do this, we don't want to portray this way. Okay, cool, got it. But it's the same thing that happened with Drake, right? With that song we were just talking about. Ironically, going back to Kiki, Do You Love Me shit. Fucking, fuck his damn name. I can see his stupid face. I can't think of his name. A little light-skinned dude like you from New York, though. Goddamn.
Shiggy. Which means he's
fucking
not really
Shiggy.
light-skinned.
No, he's light-skinned. Fucking Shiggy. He got too much spit in his mouth. He be talking. But anyway, Shiggy was doing that damn dance. And if they had been like, it was right before he got his blue check. I don't even think Shiggy was verified yet. But he was like close, but not there. And he did his dance, and that shit went crazy. Let's say they strike that shit. That never even happens. So
Right.
Drake doesn't have this viral hit off of that one because that song, it wasn't even a single they were going with. They were planning to go with the Michael Jackson single. That's what was going out at the time. They were going with that Michael Jackson song. It sounded like a Weeknd song. That Weeknd probably could have done better because they would have had, current vocals. But whatever. Not the point. Point being, Shiggy gets that shit off. Now he's viral. Now he's on all these different shows. He made mad money. He was on tour with Drake doing dances and shit on stage. He has the biggest clip damn near that year, I think. Will Smith did this shit on top of some place in Britain. You know what I'm saying? Like, so. So my whole point is, like, that's the kind of dumb shit I'm talking about, though. Like, why the fuck did they do
when
that?
Will Smith was coming down off of that thing he was on in England, did he get entangled on something on the, what was that? Did he?
Did I send you this? Hold on. I got something funny about that actually. Will Smith reacted to somebody.
But yeah, that shit is fucking annoying. You're absolutely right. And it's a couple of times when there are quote unquote bigger channels or at least moderate channels that occasionally on Twitter will be like, oh, I got this strike on YouTube. I have no fucking sympathy for them because it's like you motherfuckers get away with
Bro.
I can't accidentally have 5 seconds of something in something that I didn't know or whatever without getting a fucking immediate email notice. Right. I've gotten videos blocked worldwide as they were uploading.
Me too.
Which let me know nobody watched the thing the video. The fucking thing.
Like, what are you so scared of? What do you think I'm doing?
There were a whole lot of reviews that I've done that I've had to change and rearrange and refigure many different times, or just sit there and fight over and over and over again, even though fair use covers reviews.
Fair usage.
But god damn it, WWE and the thing is YouTube does the stupidest shit where they're like, well, the copyright holder said no.
Right. Copyright holder didn't say shit.
But
you know what though? A lot of the times with me, it's always beats and shit. Because people have beats. Because I had my record, ironically, consistency.
People have beats?
No, I heard the way it came out. I don't know why it came out like that. And I was saying consistency, and it was throwing me off because I was thinking about what you were just saying.
That's the most Virginia thing you've ever said.
I thought that too when I said it. I was like, people have beats? Like, where did that come from? We don't even talk like that in Virginia. Beats. I say beats all the time.
That's the most country-ass shit.
I heard it too, though.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, though? When I was a kid, I used to talk like that. Like, when I was like 5 or 6, before school, I was like, that was real. Like, my first date tape. I'm waving at the camera. It was that deep of a like southern accent. Yeah, it was real. But I was gonna say with the Will Smith thing, right? Oh no, consistency. First off, consistency. So my song Consistency, that beat was, I guess, copyrighted by the producer of it. So when I put it up as Consistency and I tagged hip hop, rap, whatever, because I was like, yo, this is hard right now. And that pocket, when I made it, it was perfect for what was going on musically, sonically. And they took it down immediately. So then I had to repost it with a completely different name, no tags, couldn't put anything up, just so I could put the song out so people could hear the complete project. So I had to fuck myself, basically, to be able to even release my project so people could listen to the entire project. But I couldn't promote it, which was probably my hits, quote unquote, my hit single off of that project, where it got mad views, nothing. Because they're just like, no, you can't use this because that. I'm like, even for producers, how fucking stupid is that? When you're an unknown producer, somebody writes something dope to your record, y'all both blow up if I get something popping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll look you up. Yo, that's my beat. Okay, word. I've been waiting for you to hit me up. Here you go. Here's your side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it just doesn't make sense. It's like, because a lot of broke creators have a tendency to feel like they need to copyright and protect shit before they're actually at that level yet.
They probably feel that way because they don't want a big one to get person to snake their shit.
But the thing is, even if they do, it's the same thing I always say. Because I used to tell my mom this shit when I was younger. She was like, you need to, copyright your stuff and put whatever. I'm like, Mom, if you're really about that shit, all they're going to do is give me exposure. Because I'm going to call them out. I'm going to sue them. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be real. That lawsuit's coming. And then people will be like, yo, who is this guy? Da-da-da-da. And when they see that, that's when I'm going to hit this. I'm putting about 10 records out at that point. You know what I mean? Because I don't fear like being able to come up with something else. I can always come up with something else. My brain is always learning and growing and like sharpening. But anyway, Will Smith thing. He was posted on Instagram. He was he was jump roping. And the whole post was, what does a jump rope see when you're using it? And he had a camera embedded in the rope. So he's jumping and shit. And I go to the comments because I was just curious what people thought. So dude said, okay, don't get entangled. And he got 130,000.
Oh, Will responded?
Will's response. Go ahead and read that for me, Brenton.
Ha ha. Oh, it starts. Ha ha.
Right.
Okay, I can admit it. That's funny. I'm definitely going to block you, but the joke was very funny. Ha ha. Ho, hee hee. Ha ha.
I was fucking dead. Because I'm like, that's how you deal with that. That right there is funny. That's some funny shit.
Damn, the block, though. That shit was funny. Get that.
No, you got to block him.
Nah, put that motherfucker on your YouTube channel.
No. Anybody that says
put that on your YouTube channel.
No. For the next year, anybody that says entanglement to me, you getting blocked. If I'm Will, no.
Nah, if I'm Will, I'm coming out with an entanglement T-shirt.
Oh, and Augie? I'm
coming out with. I'm doing like The Rock. If I'm Will, I'm doing what The Rock did and just getting a black T-shirt with bold white block letters on it. Entanglement.
But August owns the song now. He done already put it out.
He owns the song. He doesn't own the word entanglement.
You don't know that. Jada should have before she said it.
Really, Disney should have.
That's fair. They probably do.
Well, they get entangled.
Yeah,
right. Entanglement.
You know, I heard some crazy shit the other day.
Matter of fact, that should be his entertainment company, Entanglement.
Listen, man. Will Smith gonna fuck somebody up.
Entertainment.
They gonna keep playing with it.
Entertainment.
Entertainment. That's pretty good. That's actually, you should trademark that. That's pretty good. Entertainment. It's not bad. That could have been the name of the podcast.
Copyright 2020.
Nah, do it for like 2021 because if you do it 2020,
Copyright 2021.
it's just gonna burn.
Copyright
Yeah,
2021.
it's gonna burn. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you know that this podcast is long as fuck now, by the way? But
Nah,
what's yours say?
about an hour.
You got the
It's about an hour. A little over
you
an
got
hour.
the full
Yeah,
time.
it's a little over an hour.
Okay, so that's what that means.
So 1,000 is a half hour.
We finally know
Give
it.
or take.
Episode 30. Look at us.
Yeah,
Killing it.
about 2,000 of those little dots is an hour.
That's what I thought. But I feel like that's a fair amount of us. But last thing I'm gonna say is, like, I heard this the other day, and I think I remember this from before anyway. But they were saying that when this is so off topic, but how do we even get here anyway?
Yeah.
But they were talking about Mark Cuban, right, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks.
Of course.
He fucking apparently part of the way he gained his money originally. Now the person that said this was like, I'm not sure if I remember this correctly, but I kind of remember the same thing, so I think it's probably correct. And if I'm wrong, just tell me in the comments. It's cool. Interaction's always good. But they said when the .com bubble was happening, he bought all the names of like what websites would need to be, like Coca-Cola.com, like Mark Cuban owned it.
Huh.
Pepsi.com, Mark Cuban owned it. Like,
I've heard
these
of
kinds
I've heard
things.
of people doing that, like with onesie twosies,
Right, but no, he did it for like big companies because it was at the beginning, right? 'Cause
Right.
He was ahead of the tech bubble,
and it was all super cheap.
and he knew that they would have to directly, because you can't not have Coca-Cola as your fucking thing at the time.
Also, I think the laws have changed on that.
You probably can't do it
And
anymore.
now, if it's like a company name or like a
Right.
company trademark,
You have to let them buy you out. You have to at least
or
let them-
give it, or whatever the laws are.
It's like when they're trying to rebuild something in the community and houses it, you got to pay them. Like, okay, you
'Cause-
have to allow that though.
Because I remember that used to be a thing that happened. And occasionally you would have companies that had to change, that had to come with some funky thing, or had to go .net because
Look at WWE.
they weren't willing to fucking buy the
Right.
thing from somebody
Right.
else.
Look at
So, like,
WWE. They had that shit. WWF, fucking World Wrestling Federation. Now, mind you, World
Wildlife
Fund was like around earlier, I think, is why
that
they got
had nothing to do with the .com thing. That was
No, I just mean by like name though. There's that kind of situation. Is my point. Like where, well, they got it before. Because I remember thinking, who the fuck cares about the World Wildlife Fund? Like I remember thinking as a kid.
Yeah.
But I was a wrestling fan, right? So I'm sure some kid that's like a zookeeper out there that was like, who the fuck cares about wrestling? And there's probably more of those.
that whole thing was so fucking stupid on so
That
many
was super
fucking
stupid.
levels. First off, Vince McMahon should have had better lawyers to be able to go to these courts, and I think they were European courts or English courts, to be able to go to these courts and be like, Your Honor, come on, like this is a nuisance lawsuit.
Right.
If it went to lawsuit,
Right.
for him to be, for them to say, listen, there are companies that have the same initials as other companies,
Right.
and they're not littering up the courts with these nuisance lawsuits. Like, we can have two different ones. It's not.
I wondered they
like-
get them because they said world. They both said world. So I wonder, was that like, oh.
It was.
I bet that was the catch.
If it went that far, but also he didn't have smart enough lawyers to just be like, listen, just fucking donate to them once a year, or send
Right.
a superstar
Right.
to do some charity work for him a year and get him off your fucking back or something like that. Or if it wasn't just Vince's stupid Irish temper that was just like, fuck those guys, I'm the WWF. Like if
in
like
the 90s, no, it's highly
like
probable.
that like it seems like that
Highly
may have
probable.
been it.
Yeah.
It's some combination thereof, because that's the stupidest fucking lawsuit.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's kind of like that. That to me is kind of the equivalent of like with like jersey numbers. When somebody has a jersey and they're like, "Hey man, it's my jersey, bro. I need that number up off you, bro." They're like, "No." He's like, "Come on, man. I'm 89. Come on, brother."
Not
No.
this year, you're not.
All right, man. What about 20K? 20K. Make it 50. All right, man. Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
It had to be something like that, and then he probably just put his foot in his mouth.
He probably it was probably something like that. It was the stupidest lawsuit. And it makes the World Wildlife Fund look terrible. Like,
Does it?
to me, like
I
if,
didn't like it as a wrestling fan,
Like
but
if
again,
I
I'm a
like
wrestling
if I ever had the kind of money to donate to shit like
You
that,
would
like on
donate to them?
hell no, it would be to any other fucking charity. Any other fucking wildlife charity
What kind of
except
charities
those
you mean?
motherfuckers.
Like patreon.com/.
Get Here Pod. That's my favorite charity.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's
That
my
sounds
favorite.
good. I like that one. Yeah.
Won't you help?
Won't you help, please?
Won't you donate today?
This is a
In the
wild-
arms of the angels.
I just thought I'd break it to a different song. So if it's a medley, they can't strike us for it being a medley, can they?
You know what? It's funny because I actually got one of those again from WWF or WWE.
For a medley?
No,
Oh.
for an impersonation of Dusty Rhodes I did in a video. They were like, "We're tagging this audio because you got it from a superstar's." Da da da. I was like, "No, bruh.
That's me.
I just did a dead-on impersonation of Dusty Rhodes
See, that's
for
what I'd
this
be scared of
promotional
with us, 'cause
video."
we're pretty good at mimicking shit randomly.
Yeah.
So like that really does make me nervous sometimes. Like, all right, we gotta change the pitch a little bit. 'Cause we like pitch perfect sometimes. It'd be scary.
Yeah, I get it. I trust me. I had to fight them, and I had to go back 3 times with these motherfuckers because I'm like, no, it's original audio. Dusty Rhodes never said go to youtube.com/surreal469.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here.
How do you know-
Especially
he
not
didn't
in
say
1989.
How do you know he didn't say that?
Get us because there was no YouTube in 1989.
Maybe,
Your
Dusty
Honor.
was always ahead of the game.
Get the fuck out of
Was
here.
Dusty not ahead of the game?
Not YouTube.
Did Tupac not bag your groceries? You said.
He did.
Last
did.
week.
He did. He
Thank
did.
you.
Because he's still alive.
So tell me again how Dusty Rhodes in 1989 didn't say what you just said he said.
Well, he probably did, baby.
Don't get this struck.
He probably did,
Nah,
baby.
don't do that. Don't do that. I'll stop this shit.
Oh, yeah,
Where can
baby.
they find you, bro?
They can find me. You understand? Whining and dining with kings and queens. At Surreal 469 on everything.
That was for protection.
Where can they find you, Jack?
You can find me at 1989 TRE.
It's not AMSR. You need to speak up.
You can find me at 1989 TRE. That sounds good. Hold on.
This is not AMSR, dog.
That just sounds so weird in my own ears. Like, it's uncomfortable. That
But
was like-
some people get off on it.
I know. Yo, when I
But
did
they
Strip-
say it's not sexual.
Yeah. I heard, like, when I did Strip, the last song, when I had to do the ad-lib for that, it was the funniest shit ever, because I was talking about basically eating pussy, and I was like, yo, it's one of the...
Do that again. Complete with the
Yeah, I
hand
did
motion.
when I recorded it, because it made me laugh, right? I'm in there by myself. I'm in the fucking garage.
Like
And I was
you got a spoon in your hand.
Yeah. Because I dropped the beat. I decided to take the beat out, so I dropped it. I really wanted it to be like, you know, but you can't be like, it's not gonna sound right. So I was like, what noise can I
Can't
make?
be
Right. So I was like, it was one of my favorite ad libs I've ever done, because I always love rapper ad libs when you think about them. And you're like, yo,
Yeah.
what are they doing?
Because you got to think technically. It's like these motherfuckers got to come back
a room
in
by
and
themselves.
do them.
Right.
And they may sound tight, you know, on the thing, and it may sound like it's call and response on the thing, but it's
That was it right there.
But it's literally just them. I would imagine after the song is over, just kind of bopping out to their shit, like adding
Yeah.
their own ad libs. to the
Sometimes,
shit.
yeah, because sometimes producers will be like, yo, why don't you try this, baby? Hey, go try this. And you like, I ain't doing that stupid shit, hey, man. I'm
But-
telling
and
you,
it becomes
this
the
is
biggest
one.
hit of the
And
fucking
that'd be
song.
the one. Yeah. I had one on my song with my cousin, Wet Wet. We had one that he just didn't.
What was the name of the song?
The song's called Wet Wet. Get to the water.
As opposed to Dry Wet.
Ooh, get to the water. Hey, now it's pussy again, man. All my songs about pussy. Apparently, I didn't even think about that, but it sounds like it right now. It's not even true at all. I rarely rap about pussy for real, but those two songs both, yeah.
Wow.
Wet Wet. Anyway,
Wow.
you can find me at 1989
Please don't listen to this
TRE.
on headphones, or if you do, make sure that, you know.
You can find me at 1989 TRE on everything except for YouTube, because YouTube hates me. And also, you can find us at Brent's supposed to have his list pulled up, but he doesn't have it.
On Twitter
There.
at here_pod, Facebook and Instagram Get Here Podcast, and most importantly, in case you didn't know, we have a Patreon. Patreon.com/GetHerePod. That's Patreon.com/GetHerePod. If you go there and you support, you won't have to listen to that anymore. Ladies and or fellas,
Hey, get it. Here's the thing. I don't remember. I had somewhere to take it. It went away.
you
It's been a long day. I had something. Wait. Give me a second, guys. It'll come back.
He's just gonna do it again into the microphone. That's all it is. God, end it.
How did we even get here? Cause I swear I don't recognize shit here.